Hey everyone, I'm Tracy Liu, VP of Channel Sales with ClearlyIP. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to be going over Clearly Cloud, a UCaaS solution for businesses of all sizes. I'm going to start with an intro into ClearlyIP and who we are, and then we'll go over Clearly Cloud, its features, and the power of the call panel, which is also our end user portal. Then we'll jump into a live demo of the Clearly Cloud call panel and the Clearly Anywhere mobile app. And then finally, we'll wrap up with Q&A. So who is ClearlyIP? ClearlyIP is a VoIP organization and team of experts that was founded in 2019. Our founders are the original founders and innovators behind FreePBX, which is one of the largest telecom applications in the world. About 85% of our staff is engineering, and our passion is building quality VoIP products, which we've been doing since 2010. We are leaders in telephony, so we're laser focused on delivering cutting edge solutions that are secure, collaborative, and productive. We're also a growth company, so we're always improving our product set and our partner program and looking at intelligent acquisitions to bring more capabilities. So what gives us an advantage over the many VoIP companies out there is our legacy of innovation, reliability, and market expertise. We are a global company. We have corporate offices in Appleton, Wisconsin, and Montreal, Canada. And we also have a Canadian entity. We can bill in Canadian dollars, and we have Canadian data centers. We also have a global team of experts located all over the world. We're spread out across 6 time zones, but our support for Clearly Cloud is based in the US and Canada. Here's the entire ClearlyIP product set. Our flagship product and what we're going to be focusing on today is Clearly Cloud, which is a distributed multi-tenant UCaaS platform. It's our main focus, and it generates a ton of growth for us. And what makes us different than other UCaaS providers is we also manufacture our own IP desk phones and gateways. This gives us an advantage. Our phone and gateways are built really well, and we sell them at great prices through our partners. Clearly Anywhere is a mobile app and soft phone that runs on top of Clearly Cloud and CommExchange, as well as on some FreePBX platforms. Cloud Device Manager is our agnostic device provisioning solution. With Cloud Device Manager, we can provision up to 300 or over 300 different phone models, as well as paging systems and our gateways. It's highly integrated with Clearly Cloud, but it also runs independently. CommExchange is our hospitality PBX solution. SIP trunking is how we got started back in the day. We have a very high quality, reliable SIP trunking platform. Codex is an emergency alert solution for schools and other places that have an extra security need. Panic Button is also an emergency alert solution that meets the requirements for Alyssa's Law, which requires schools to install a panic alarm in every classroom. And SendFax2 is our virtual electronic faxing solution. So today we're going to mainly be focusing on Clearly Cloud, which is our PBX that we host in the cloud. It's super easy to use, and it's fully featured. It's a multi-tenanted UCaaS solution for seamless team communication. Clearly Cloud is extremely scalable, and we can support anywhere from 2 to 10,000 seats. So we can meet the needs of any size business. On-site hardware is not required. In fact, we include a soft phone and mobile app with each user at no cost, but users can use their desk phone if they prefer to. It's also inexpensive, despite being a very robust solution. The pricing is competitive and affordable with flexible terms, and we have tiered pricing that goes down as the user count goes up. So it's designed to grow with your business. It's also very secure and reliable with geographically redundant data centers and advanced security protocols to ensure maximum uptime and data protection. It also has a very intuitive interface with powerful features that are simple to set up and easy for users to learn. With Clearly Cloud, you have all of the typical features you would like to see in a business phone system and more. Everything is included at one price with one seat cost. We don't have different types of seats. The only features that have an add-on cost are SMS, fax, and Teams integration. We have unlimited extensions, voicemail, auto attendance, time-based call routing, and all of the standard features that you would expect to see in a UCaaS solution. Some of the more unique features are the Clearly Anywhere mobile app and web-based call panel. And we also include video calling and call queues at no additional cost, which a lot of other vendors charge for. And as I mentioned before, Clearly Cloud integrates with Microsoft Teams. So now I'm going to take you through a few of the components of Clearly Cloud, starting with our high performance call panel. Our call panel is a communication center for the individual as well as the end user portal to Clearly Cloud. This portal is where you log in to manage your voicemails, chat, video conferencing, screen sharing, and more. Call panel has a simple user interface that gives you visibility into everything that's going on in your business. So you can see who's on a call or off a call, and you can quickly click a button to call or chat with them. When you're on an active call, you can drag and drop to transfer that call. And if you have permission, you can listen, whisper, or barge into another person's call. You can easily change who you're watching and and manage how you want them to be displayed. And I'll be showing you more of that during the live demo. If you have call queues, the call panel gives you complete visibility into those queues. You can view and manage your queues, see overall statistics, and you can drill in to view a specific queue and see the active calls and even see which agents are logged in or logged out. And you can also do the listen, whisper, barge right from within the call panel. We'll see more of that during the live demo. We recently added reporting for call queues into our call panel. With this tool, you can easily monitor and manage your call queues in real time and historically. You'll get a full queue summary, detailed call records, and visibility into agent activity, so you know exactly how your team is performing. You can filter reports by time frame, queue, or agent, making it simple to drill into that data that matters. And if you need to review a specific call, you can quickly play back recordings directly from the panel. In the example on the very right, you can see a clear report showing total calls, answered versus abandoned rates, agent performance, and talk times. We'll be showing more of this during the live demo, but all of this helps managers quickly identify trends, optimize staffing, and improve the overall customer experience. The call panel is also where each user can go to manage their voicemails and greetings. You can check your voicemail, manage options, forward voicemails to other employees, and record greetings. We even have AI transcription and text-to-speech options, which, again, I'll dive into during the live demo. Each user also has access to their call details. You can filter by date range to find a particular call. And if there's a call recording, you can play the call recording or download it. And then you can call them back. You can blacklist them, add them to your contacts, and all of that right from within the call panel. So call recording is actually a feature that you can turn on or off for each user. With Clearly Cloud, every user gets a personal audio conference room. And we can also set up conference rooms for groups. All the conference rooms can be managed by users right from the call panel, such as muting attendees or kicking them out. Clearly Live is our video conferencing solution that's also included in our call panel. It's a full video conferencing center for online meetings that looks almost identical to the screen that you're looking at right now. You can share your screen, you can send chats, all from within the video call. And you can also integrate with your calendar app using your Chrome browser extension, so you can link Clearly Live meetings into your meeting invites that you send from your computer. So all within your calendar app. We also have a full messaging and SMS system integrated with our chat in our call panel. The chat works really similar to Google Meet or Slack, where there are public and private channels. And there's also direct messaging. And we integrate our SMS platform here. So it's one place to go for all of your messaging, and you can even attach pictures. SMS is becoming more and more essential for small businesses, especially ones that have appointments. Doctors, plumbers, and contractors use it to send reminders, schedule appointments, and gather info from their customers. So adding SMS to our platform has been a really great solution for our customers. And we have an awesome team that is really experienced with helping customers submit and get their brands and campaigns approved by the carriers. We also include a desktop softphone in the call panel where you can dial right from your browser to make a call. It pops up your contacts and your call history while you're dialing to help you save time. Once you're on a call, you can drag and drop to transfer, conference, all the same features that you have from your desk phone. Clearly Anywhere is our mobile app and soft phone for iOS, Android, and desktops, and it's included with every single Clearly Cloud extension. So I'm going to be showing this app to you live during the live demo portion, but you can do everything from your desktop that you could do from your desktop also right from your mobile phone. So you can make and receive calls, you can see voicemails visually, and you can see who's on the phone or off the phone. Super simple to set up. You just download it from the App Store, take a picture of the QR code in the call panel, and you're ready to go. For companies that use Microsoft Teams, we launched an integration that has been very successful. It allows users to connect into their Teams client to Clearly Cloud, so they never have to leave Teams to make and receive calls. And they can even receive queue calls, they get call recording and all of the call analytics and reporting features. They also have access to voicemail and so on and so forth. Now let's talk about some of the other integrations for Clearly Cloud. I already mentioned our Microsoft Teams and AI-powered voicemail transcription. We recently launched a few new integrations, starting with Zoho CRM, which we use internally. The Zoho CRM integration allows you to click to dial contacts within Zoho, and it displays a pop-up for each call, both inbound and outbound. So that allows you to type notes and save them under the record in Zoho. The next CRM integration we're doing is Salesforce, but we'd love to hear from you what CRM integrations you would like to see. We also integrated with Spoke, Webhook, and Zapier, which are friendly interfaces for creating custom integrations. So they allow you to integrate Clearly Cloud with other CRMs as well as AI tools like ChatGPT. So the other day, someone asked me if we integrate with HubSpot. And when we did a search in Zapier, we discovered that Zapier does have a HubSpot integration. So that makes it so that we can easily integrate. All right, now I'm going to switch gears and introduce some add-on items to enhance your Clearly Cloud solution. So here's our own line of IP desk phones that we manufacture. They're tightly integrated with Clearly Cloud and CommExchange, but also compatible with other VoIP systems. Our desk phones come with dual gigabit ports and colored screens. They are sleek, they look great, and they're plug and play. So if you're using our cloud device manager, these devices are zero touch provisioning. So you don't even have to take the phone out of the box to provision it or re-provision it. We have everything from a basic phone on the very right, the 230. It's a little bit smaller in footprint than the rest, to our most popular phone for general office use, the 250, to a manager phone like the 270. And all of the phones from the 270 and up are Bluetooth and Wi-Fi enabled. Then we have the 280, 290, and 291 phones, which are Android-powered smartphones for executives and receptionists. The 291 is our newest phone, and it comes with a cordless handset and a built-in camera. And if the receptionist wants tactile keys, we also have an expansion module. And we also have a USB panic button that allows you to push a button that's connected to your phone. Nothing changes on the phone, but pages go out into the world. We turn off echo cancellation and bump the mic up to the loudest volume so people can listen in and deliver valuable information during an emergency situation. We also have other accessories like our USB camera, the EHS headset adapter, and our Wi-Fi and Bluetooth dongle for the 230 and 250. Some other features that the phones come with are HD voice support, 5-way conferencing, and a built-in VPN client. And I also want to point out that our phones come with a 2-year warranty rather than the standard 1-year warranty, which you can extend to 5 years. And again, these phones are tightly integrated with Clearly Cloud and CommExchange, but also work with other VoIP systems. We also offer branding to both our partners and our end users. You can put your logo on the front of the phone, and branding your phones can, a lot of large businesses and enterprise accounts like to do this. It's also very popular with banks and financial institutions, hotels, or any tech company or business that wants to standardize and promote their brand in a workplace. We have a super low one-time setup cost, and the minimum order quantity is only 10. So it's low cost branding, which is usually not typically out there. Next, we have Send Fax To, our virtual faxing solution. You can send a fax from virtually anywhere on any device. We can do fax to email, email to fax to analog machine, and fax to print. So you can fax from a mobile phone or even a multi-function printer. It's Easy to set up, it's highly reliable, and you get reports that tell you when the fax goes through. We have high volume and low volume subscriptions, and you only need a fax subscription for each concurrent fax call path. So you don't need to pay per page, per user, or per group. And for those that want to keep their fax machines, we do offer a small device, a fax device that can connect up to 2 fax machines. Finally, we have our ClearlyIP VoIP failover gateway, which is a Swiss Army knife of gateways. The 2 main applications are using it as a failover solution and POTS line replacement. Hosted PBX is great, but you are reliant on your internet connection. So if you have Clearly Cloud or any other cloud-based UCaaS solution, the ClearlyIP failover gateway allows you to maintain calling for your customers in the event of an internet outage. If the internet goes down, it establishes a separate SIP trunk over 4G to provide connectivity. If the first registration fails, the phones will have a secondary registration to the failover gateway. So this protects your voice operations during an internet outage, and it reduces the overall risk with having a cloud solution. Another really useful application for the VoIP failover gateway is as a POTS replacement solution. A lot of businesses are still paying for expensive copper analog lines so that they can maintain analog devices that are crucial, such as fire alarms, elevators, and security panels. Companies can save money by replacing their current analog lines with SIP. And if anything happens, the SIP trunk still has that failover to 4G, so you can maintain a secure and redundant path. So they can transition from expensive copper phone lines without sacrificing reliability. It's a very low-cost solution with powerful features. Now, before I jump into the live demo, I wanted to give you a sneak preview of some of the exciting AI innovations that we're working on behind the scenes. So AI is a hot topic these days. It's transforming how we work, serve, and interact. It's also setting new standards for improving efficiency and customer experiences, all while helping to reduce operational costs. The first AI tool that we're launching is our AI virtual receptionist that should be coming out at the beginning of next year. We already have it installed in hundreds of offices for a nationwide dental office that has been using it for about 11 months now, almost a year. Instead of a traditional IVR, we replace it with conversational AI that answers common questions like business hours and directions, and it can identify the caller intent and route calls efficiently, all while delivering a smooth customer experience. The goal here really is to reduce the amount of live calls going to a live person so that they can free up their time for higher value work. The dental offices that have been using our AI receptionist have been able to reduce the amount of calls going to their front desk by 85%, which has led to a huge return on investment for them. After the AI receptionist, we're also working on an AI healthcare assistant, which is designed to streamline patient interactions. And it will manage appointment scheduling, answer questions about insurance or procedures, and ensure privacy with HIPAA compliance. The goal is to improve patient care and reduce wait times while keeping sensitive data secure. And finally, we have the AI hospitality concierge, which will enhance guest experiences by automating some front desk functions, managing check-ins, and handling personalized services like reservations, room service, and amenity recommendations. We're really excited about the AI virtual receptionist. The only thing that's holding us back is really we're going to launch it with a GUI that will give you easy management of that AI receptionist and allow you to train it and pick a personality and a name and all that. So we're really excited about this. Should be coming out next month and can't wait to share it with you. All right, so that concludes the presentation. Let's move on to the live demo of Call Panel and Clearly Anywhere mobile app. All right, so this is my call panel. It's completely web-based. I'm in a web browser here. And this screen gives me visibility into everything that's going on in my office. So I can see when people are on or off a call, like right here, I can see that Todd has been on a call for about 23 minutes. If I have permission over somebody, I can also do things like monitor, whisper, barge, right? So I can go in and listen in on Todd's call, or I can whisper so that only Todd can hear me, or I can do a full barge in so both parties can hear me. And that's a permission-based feature. On the left here, you can search for somebody. It'll actually show you everybody in your office, right? And then you can just simply search for someone, and then you can add them by clicking the little green button here, the green eye. You can add them or subtract them from your view. You can also change your display options. So this is a full card, and it gives me all my options on the card here. Then I have a half card option where I have to click the little 3 dots to see my other options like chat. And then I have a thumbnail option where I can actually make the thumbnails bigger or smaller. And this is for people that might have a lot of contacts that they need to fit on a screen. In this option, you obviously can't see as many of the features that are tied to each user. And for instance, I can't see who Todd is talking to, again, permission based. But in these other views, I can actually, in the full card view, I can see who he's talking to. I can even see if people haven't checked their voicemails and stuff. So this gives me full visibility, and that's why I like to use that one. I can also sort based on name. So if I put it to name, it'll sort alphabetically, or I can sort based on extension, which will sort numerically, or by status, it'll sort, who's on the phone. And I just like to do custom because that gives me the ability to drag and drop. Okay. When I'm on a call, so let's make a call right here. I'm going to actually call myself. All right. I've answered the call now. Sorry about the feedback. And you can see that I'm on a call in the top right-hand part of my screen. So I can click on the dial pad and I can start dialing if I need to, put in a number because it needs additional tones, or I can put my call on hold. I can mute. I can change the volume. I can also park my call. Oops, did I just park the call? Yes, I did. Oops. So I've parked the call now and I parked it on an extension. So when we park a call and we want to be able to grab it from any phone, we can just dial the extension that it's parked on and that'll grab the call. But in my parking lot, this is a visual indicator of where I've parked my call, and it even shows me which call's parked and who parked it, right? And I can grab it back just by clicking retrieve. Now I have the call back. So when I'm on the call, I can also drag and drop just to transfer. So if I'd like to transfer over to Sean, I can just drop it over here and that'll transfer that call. And then I also have conferencing and other features here like transfer. And I can also stop the recording because I'm being automatically recorded. All right, so that's a phone call, what an active phone call looks like. Let's go over to a couple of other features we have up at the top here. So I have my chat panel. Hang on my call here. This will give me access to public and private channels. So I have access to group chat. And then I also have direct messaging as well as SMS. So somebody can send a picture or they can just send me a direct text because I have a SMS enabled number. So I can chat back and forth via text. And looks like Todd just sent me a message as well. Thanks, Todd. All right. We also have call queues. So there's call center features built in. We do not charge extra for them. On the left here, these are all of the call queues that I have visibility into that I can choose to watch or not. So if I wanted to add, general support, I can add that queue here to my view. And then once I'm in this view, I can see overall stats. So I can see total calls, completed versus abandoned, what my average hold time was, how many agents do I have in the queue, and how many agents are on a call, so on and so forth, right? And I can also drill in. So if I click on this queue, I can see my agents. I can actually go in and pause somebody. So I can pause that agent and set a custom status if I would like to. And I can see who's waiting in line. So these are active calls that are waiting in the queue. And when an agent's on a call, I can do the monitor whisper barge from here as well. We recently introduced reporting as well. So I'm going to come here and click on reports. So the reports here give you access to reports that show you a queue summary, call details, or agent details. So I'm just going to show you a queue summary. And from here, I can choose all the queues I have access to. I'm going to show you actually the sales queue, and I can choose a time frame. So I can put in a custom time frame, or I can pick a day, week, or month. I'm going to choose a month, and we'll look at May here and run a report. So now it's giving me a nice report where I can see, you know, in a nice graph when I had abandoned calls, right? And I can kind of mouse over it and it'll drill down and give me some more details. Now, let's say so down below are my queue details, and it's showing me, it's breaking it down by day, how many total calls and abandoned. And then it's showing my agents down here. I can click on any of these agents and I can see all their calls for the month, which is my time frame right now. But what if I want to drill down into a day? So the 16th, for instance, is a day that I had a lot of abandoned calls. So I'm going to click on the 16th. And now it's going to drill in. It's going to show me the time frames of what time I received those abandoned calls. So maybe I have, everybody leaving their desk at lunchtime and they're all taking lunch at the same time. And therefore we're getting abandoned calls at noon. So this way I can easily manage, my agents in the queue and what time they should be there. And so I don't lose calls. So that's our call reporting for queues. And then moving on, we have audio conferencing. So this is where you can set up audio conferences. I know that we can have 32 people in an audio conference call at any given time. And this is where you can kind of set if you want hold music or if you want, and then once you're in a conference room, you can kick people out of the conference room or mute them. We also have ClearlyLive video conferencing. So our video conferencing solution can handle, I think, 24 video conference members at any given time, and we can have 2 simultaneous conference calls going. And right now, I'm going to show you what it looks like when I'm on a conference call. So I can turn on video and chat. I can also change my background. I can blur my background. I can load a background, and then I can do chat, and I can do screen share. So that's our video conferencing solution. Very similar to what you're looking at right now. Very easy to use, all web-based. Here we have our parking lot, which I mentioned earlier, but you can actually have multiple blocks of parking lot. So it looks like we have another block of 5 parking lot extensions here, but by default, everybody gets 701 through 710 as parking lot extensions. So that means that if you go and you park a call and 701 is already taken, it'll park on the next available extension, which will be 702, and so on and so forth. But when you're on a call, you can actually park a call on a specific extension. So if I'm used to using 708 as my parking lot extension, I can always park on 708. All right, next is voicemail. So this is also where each user goes to manage their voicemail, and they can see, they can put favorites on a message and see their favorites, or they can just look at new messages or all their messages. And once you're in a particular message, you can go and you can forward that voicemail, or you can mark it as unread, or you can move it to a different box. And we have AI voicemail transcription. So it's a very accurate voicemail transcription that also gives you a nice voicemail summary. Now to set up the voicemail, you go to settings, and then here in settings, you can enable transcription, and then you can also choose to attach it to an email and be sent to you in email. And you can also say, hey, I'm used to listening to all of my voicemails in my email, so let's not store any of my voicemails on the system. So you can choose whether or not you want to store voicemails. Then you can set up greetings. So we do have the ability to upload a greeting or record a greeting, but we also have a really great feature called text-to-speech. So if I want to set up a new unavailable greeting, I will choose text. And then I simply type my greeting that I want to use here. And by the way, we can use plain text, or we can use speech markup language, which gives you a little bit more control over like the pauses and things like that. But in this case, plain text works well for just a plain voicemail message. We can also choose from hundreds of voices and different accents here, voice categories and different voice types like male and female. And then have the system build it for you. And then you can listen to it and see if you like the way it sounds. If I play it here, you won't be able to hear it today just because of how I'm sharing. But you'll be able to play it from here, and you'll be able to tweak the speed, the pitch, the gain, or change that voice. All right, so that's it for voicemail. And then we have call history. So each user has access to their own kind of call logs and call history where you can customize and choose to see the calls in a specific date range, and you can also download them. And then in the actions here, so I mentioned before that we have call recording turned on or off for each user. And you can, if you have call recording turned on, you can download the call recording here or play the recording or call the person back, or you can easily add them to your contacts as well as blacklist that number. In our contacts, we have the ability to do shared and personal contacts. So you can import or export contacts at any time. And then we have so there are certain features that you can push out to an individual so that they can make changes without having to log into the admin. And announcements is one of them. So over here, I've been given permission to make changes to our announcements. So that way I don't have to log into the admin to do that. So I can go and just simply, change it by typing a different, text or re-recording something. So this just gives me easy access. Then we have our settings. So I can change it from like a light to a dark theme. And we have a couple different languages. We have Australian English, British English, and even French Canadian. And then in our settings, we can easily set up, or change our settings to show missed calls or turn on do not disturb. Or we can turn on call forwarding, or we can even turn on find me, follow me. So find me, follow me would be like if you have multiple phone numbers, right? And you want to ring all those phone numbers, you type in, or you can choose to ring them like in order. And then we also have toggle destinations. So this is a concept where you can have as many toggle destinations as you'd like, and then you can actually push it out to an end user to be able to activate that toggle destination. So in this case, it's like an emergency close. So let's say you have a weather event, like something is causing you to close early that day. So you can push out a toggle, or somebody can simply switch the toggle, and then it'll be playing your after hours messages and things like that. And then down below here, we have the ability to blacklist numbers. You also manage your Clearly Anywhere mobile app through here. So where you can actually, take a picture of a QR code here for the Clearly Anywhere mobile app. The other option is to send the user an email, and then they receive an email. So you can today go to the iPhone or Android store, and you can download Clearly Anywhere. And then once you have that downloaded, you can take a picture of this app, the QR code, or you can click the link in an email that's emailed to you. So I'm actually going to go and cast my Clearly Anywhere mobile app. I'm going to show you live my app really quick. All right. So here's my phone, and here's my Clearly Anywhere mobile app. So this is basically the same extension as my extension here in Call Panel. So if I click here, you can see I'm extension 5055, and my app is also extension 5055. So I have a keypad where I can just simply dial. I also have access to my call history. So I can, see any calls I've taken today. And then I also can access my contacts. And I can also switch between my phone contacts and my cell phone. So my PBX contacts are under web service. And then my phone contacts are under address book. So I can see all my phone contacts here and easily access them. And then I have access to SMS chat as well. So I can access and respond to my SMSs. And in a very soon here, we'll have a version where you can access all chat. And then in our quick dial, we have all of the users. So I can actually go here and change my display options to a full card, but because I'm on a cell phone, I like to have a thumbnail here because I can see more contacts on one page, right? So I can see all the same contacts I had before. And I can see when people are on or off the phone. And then in this drop-down menu here, I have access to all of the features that I have in Call Panel. So I can access my queues and my queue reporting. I can drill in on my queues to see who's in my queues. I can also access my video conferencing and launch a video conference room from here. And I have access to my visual voicemail. So again, I can read all my voicemails right from the mobile app. Another thing that you can do from the mobile app is immediately turn on DND. So if I just don't want calls coming to my cell phone temporarily, I can turn on immediate DND. And I also have the option to schedule in my settings when I want DND to turn on or off. So I can click on do not disturb, and I can actually program it to set a DND rule so that, maybe I just don't ever receive work calls on weekends. All right, so that is it for the Clearly Anywhere mobile app portion of my demo. And that pretty much wraps up the whole presentation. So let's go over to Q&A and see if there are any questions. Is SMS included with every Clearly Cloud system? So SMS is available for every Clearly Cloud system, but there is some additional cost. You do have to get an SMS brand and campaign approved by the carrier, and that can take sometimes up to a month or more if revisions are needed. So the upfront cost is low. I think it's something like $28 that we actually have to pay to the carrier. But then after that, the monthly cost for each campaign is around $3. So $3 will get you what we call like a low volume campaign, which allows you to send, depending on the version you choose, 75 or even up to 240 messages per minute. Then we have a high volume campaign. So that low volume campaign is like $3. And then the high volume campaign, you can actually do marketing with SMS. So it's 2,400 text messages that you can send per minute. And that's like $12, $12.95 or something like that. Okay, do I have to install Call Panel on my computer? So no, Call Panel is entirely web-based and can be accessed from a web browser. Does the Call Panel have any additional cost? No, Call Panel is included for every single user, and it is our end user portal. Do I have to use Call Panel for making calls? No, you can actually use your desk phone for calling. Is the softphone app for Android or Apple? It's actually for both. So we have both an Android version and an Apple version. They're exactly the same, except for that the menu is either on the top or the bottom. So I have an Android phone, so my menu is on the top. And if you have an Apple, your menu will be on the bottom. If you set your Clearly Anywhere soft phone onto DND, will that also make your phone extension on DND as well? No, the DND on the mobile app is just for your mobile app. Do you have an internal message system like Canary? So what we have, it was our, yes, we have a messaging system, and it's all within our chat panel. So the chat does group chats, it does direct chats and DMs, and and then it also has SMS messages all in one place. How much is Clearly Cloud? Well, that depends on your length of contract. So we have month-to-month, 12-month, 36, and 60-month options. On a 36-month option, the cost per user is $14.99. However, we do have tiered pricing, so the cost per user goes down as the user count goes up. And we also have nonprofit pricing at $10 a seat. And then if you're on a 60-month contract, the cost not only goes down, so do the phone rentals. And we do have the option for rental or purchase on all of the hardware. Is fax included? So no, fax is not included. It's actually a separate charge. So we have low volume and high volume fax subscriptions. Low volume gets you something like, I don't know, 300 to 400 pages per month, and high volume is something like 3,000. And low volume is $9.99, which usually fits for most businesses, and then high volume is $24.99. How many audio and video conference users can you have? Okay, for audio, it's 32 in an audio conference, but we can actually raise that limit. And then for Clearly Live video, the max is 24, and we cannot raise it. However, you can have 2 calls going at the same time, and we can increase the number of calls, simultaneous video calls for a cost. Do you have a partner program? Yes, we do. So to apply for our partner program, just go to clearlyip.com/partners. And then there's a link to inquire about our partner program, and you can go ahead and fill out that form, and someone will reach out to you shortly. Any other questions? All right. If you have any other questions that you think of later, feel free to reach out to me directly. My email is tliu@clearlyip.com, or you can call into our sales line, our main line, 920-383-3100. All right, so that wraps things up for us today. We really appreciate you taking the time to be here. I hope you found this session valuable and informative and actionable. If you have any follow-up questions, need resources, or want to just continue this conversation, our team is always here to help. And we look forward to working with you and supporting your success. Have a great rest of your day.